has just been released the new plugin Archetype Plini X, and this X version will have different GUI, of course updated features, new stoneboxes, and will be the version compatible with the Quad Cortex. So let's take a closer look. So this video will be more focused on the talking than to the playing, but of course I'll play also with the new stoneboxes and new features to show you, of course, all the new features. In this video I'll compare the new version Plini X to the previous version Archetype Plini, so we will see the differences in the GUI, and basically this new GUI will be the same per each X version, which will be the version compatible with the Quad Cortex. So let's jump into my screen and let's see the differences. So as you can see, the main GUI has been lightened up a lot. As you can see, it's very simple now. Let's start from the upper part. As you can see here, you have all the input outputs. Now you have the transpose, the doubler. So these are the features that will be implemented in each kind of X version. Then you have the gate. As you can see, you can also bypass the gate now. Before you have only this kind of amount of gate. So as you can see, the GUI is very, very simple. Talking about the bottom side, as you can see, you have now this black stripe, and here you have the settings. As you can see, the GUI is also different. Seeing here, it's more in the dark side. You have now the metronome, because before here in the Plini you had the metronome here, but there was no any visualization. You can basically tap for the metronome, but here now you have a more detailed view, so you can decide the BPM, you can also change the subdivision, you can also listen to it. It's more detailed. You have also here the tap tempo, again the MIDI, as you can see, so we can see side by side, and of course now the tuner is different. As you can see, you have some color here, okay, to mute or unmute. It's just a bit different. It's more simplified, in my opinion. Now let's take a closer look on the differences of the GUI of the pedals. As you can see now, the pedals are really, really simple. Let's see, before I prefer much more the GUI of the previous version. As you can see here, you have also the cables. So there are more details here on the previous version. But I think that this has been done considering that the Archetype Plini was really huge in GPU and GPU, so it was really, really heavy. And for this reason now has been whole lighten up this plugin. So for this reason, you can see the GUI that is very, very simple. But looking, I prefer much more the previous version, of course. Now, as you can see, you have more the delay, the pre-delay, as you can see. So basically it's a delay before the amplifier, and normally I don't use delay before amplifier. I prefer to use modulation on the FX loop, or of course in the modular after the speaker. So as you can see, you can change here the millisecond, you can see it. So since this is a pre-delay, you basically have only mono sound, because the signal is mono before the amplifier. So you can listen always in the middle. Feedback. You can choose also note, millisecond. You can also write here if you want precise millisecond. This is bright, or you can darken. Okay, now you have here in a drive also the fuzz. So you have this toggle more. So let's listen to drive, normal drive. Let's go now to the fuzz. I like how it's really organic, the sound. Let's close a bit. So have a look, when I change from overdrive to fuzz, it's changing also the visualization here of this moon. So from overdrive to the fuzz. It's really huge, this fuzz. I really like it. Now you have also the octaver, as you can see. So it's pretty a normal octave. You have up octave or down octave. You can also blend together. So you can use also only down. And basically with a guitar now you can play like a bass. So with the Archetype Plini X, you now have also 𝙬𝙤𝙢𝙬𝙧. And you can also blend with the direct level. Okay, now let's go to the amplifier. As you can see here, also the visualization is changed. I prefer much more the detail on the previous version. All the settings are the same, so all the knobs, but except for this blend, now you have this blend knob and you have this output. Previously you don't have any output, but you had this output only. So now has been implemented the output here on the amplifier, and as you can see, the bypass is this button, while previously you had also all these toggles, so was more detailed in my opinion. But let's listen now this blend. So all the way up, this is the amplifier. All the way to the left, but basically it's my DI. So in this way, if I basically blend it, I can keep the attack, for example, of my DI. Okay, now let's go to the second amplifier, and here are some differences on the look, as you can see. Again, we have the output here more. Basically the same settings. I prefer the looking of the previous version. It's more detailed here with this grill, and you can see basically what's inside the amplifier. Here is closed, and I think this is visualization more towards the John Petrucci, which has this kind of circle, and also the Rabea, so all that kind of style. Previously was more, I don't know, more unique, the looking, in my opinion. Same settings, same sounds. Now let's go to the last. I really like this color. It's more minimal, more detailed previously, but more minimal now. Same settings, nothing is changed basically. Let's go now to the speaker. As you can see here, it's changed something. Before you had the equalization before the speaker. Now you have the speaker and after the equalization, which is good. I think it's better in this way to have the equalization after the speaker. Instead, you have the equalization basically in the effects loop. Okay, let's see the speaker. So as you can see, it's changed the speaker, it's changed the visualization, but nothing is changed considering the sound. Okay, so all the kind of microphone are the same, as you can see, same microphones, but now the speakers are darker, as you can see, and it's a bit difficult to see the speaker. So what's better to see here with the speaker in gray color, and I can see much more what I'm doing. Here it's a bit dark in my opinion, but I like the round corner of the speaker. I like this visualization. Let's now go to the equalizer, and now the equalizer, as you can see, is more like a toy, in my opinion. The rendering is really basic. I prefer much more the previous version, even if here there are some details, and also the dB visualization of the level is better here, is more detailed, while here you don't have the dB. But anyway, I prefer also the toggle to have here. You have the knob here. Now here you have the high pass filter and low pass filter, which is really cool, because if you want to create for example, a high pass filter up to 500, you add before to do that something like this, okay, this sort of curve. Now you have this tool, which is really cool to have. Let's now jump to the last section, which is the stone boxes for the modulation. As you can see here, the reverb is exactly the same. Again, simple visualization. The delay has been updated. As you can see, you have no more this modulation, but you have, of course, the ping pong, which is the same as here, two-way switch. The sync, now you have the free position, so basically you can decide with the time, whatever time you want, and I think you can also double tap here and write whatever you want. Then you have the up visualization, because basically is the synchronization with the DAW that you are using, and the tap section, so you can tap whatever you want and you can sync. Now you have also the visualization of this moon that is blinking, because it's really important to see also the speedness of this delay. Previously you had nothing, so if you use the tap tempo, there is nothing that is telling you how is the speedness. So it's better to have this visualization. And of course, the modulation, there is no more this toggle, but now you have the tape mode, so you can decide the amount of tape modulation you can use. So let's listen, for example. Let's go to the tape saturation, tape modulation. It's subtle. Yes, there is this modulation that is going on. It's really subtle. Now you have the chorus more. So basically you have two switches, vintage and spatial. Let me listen how it sounds. It's stereo chorus. It's really aggressive. While the vintage, it's more relaxed, it's less aggressive. Vintage, spatial, more aggressive. I prefer to use the vintage, which is more realistic sound. Talking about the presets, so if you add some previous presets, you can use the previous presets, okay? Are fully compatible, but you need to move the presets from the previous location, which was the Archetype Plini in the presets. I can show you, for example, here in my Mac, you have to go on the Macintosh HD. Now you have to go to the library, audio, presets. Now you have the neural DSP folder, and here you have the Archetype Plini and Archetype Plini X. All the presets are in the Archetype Plini folder and user, so these are the presets, your own presets, okay, your custom preset. So here, for example, I have these two packages. You have to copy that to here, Archetype Plini X, and create a user, because it was not recalled, okay? So you have to go here and place, but they are fully compatible. I can show you that here I have my user folder, again with my two pack that if you want you can also download. Again, the same here, my user are the same here. So guys, you have the link in the description if you want to try out this Archetype Plini X. I think great work. I don't like so much the GUI because it's okay, it's really light, it's minimal, and I understand this move from Neural DSP because it's to lighten up a bit the CPU and GPU, and also for the compatibility with the Quad Cortex, maybe something had to be really light. So again, download for free if you are already owner of the Archetype Plini. You can download for free the Plini X version, and this is a great approach in my opinion from Neural DSP, so you can get it for free because it's basically the same plugin with some updates, okay? As soon as the Archetype Plini X will be available for Quad Cortex, I'll make, of course, a video because I'm really excited to try out how is the portability of this plugin. So again, link in the description. Let me know what you think about the new GUI, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.